Are, my dear children, welcome. I know, exams are coming and tension is building up, but bilkul chinta mat karo, don't worry at all. I am here with you. Today, we're going to make this chapter a triumph of surgery, so simple, so easy, that all the important points will fit right into your brain. Okay? Chalo, let's start.
So, before we even start the story, let me ask you one simple question. Look at this little dog. The question is, can you love a pet, or even a person, too much? Is it possible that your love and pampering can actually do more harm than good? Keep this thought in your mind because this is the main idea of our entire story. All right, so let's meet the main characters of our story. First, we have this little dog. His name is Tricky. And then we have his mistress, his mummy, you can say, Mrs. Pumphrey. Now, Mrs. Pumphrey is a very, very rich lady, and she loves Tricky like anything. But you will see this love is the root of all the problems.
Just listen to this line from the book. This is how the poor dog looked. Hugely fat, like a bloated sausage with a leg at each corner. Bloated just means all swollen up with air or water. So just imagine, a fat sausage with 4 little legs sticking out. That's how bichara Tricky had become. So sad, no?
So why did he become like this? Because Mrs. Pumphrey thought he was weak. She thought he was suffering from malnutrition. So what did she do? She started giving him little extras. Between his meals, malt, cod liver oil, and at night a bowl of Horlicks to make him sleep. And of course, cream cakes and chocolates, because she just couldn't say no to him. And this is where our hero enters. The narrator of the story, Mr. Herriot, who is a veterinary surgeon, a doctor for animals. He's a very practical and smart man. The minute he saw Tricky, he understood the real problem was not malnutrition, it was too much feeding. Mr. Herriot knew that Mrs. Pumphrey would never be able to control Tricky's diet, so he took a very strict decision. He told her that Tricky must be hospitalized for a fortnight. A fortnight is about 15 days, or 2 weeks. This was the only way to save the little dog's life. And the day Tricky was leaving, it was full-on drama. The whole staff, all the maids and servants, were running around, bringing his day bed, his night bed, his favorite cushions, toys, his breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, dinner bowl. My God, it looked like a king was going somewhere, not a dog to a hospital. So, Tricky finally reaches the doctor's clinic, which is called the surgery in the story. And here, his life is going to change completely. No more soft beds, no more cream cakes. A completely new life was waiting for him. So what was this great treatment that the doctor gave? Did he do some big operation? No. Did he give expensive medicines? Not at all. Look how simple it was. For the first 2 days, no food, only water. That's it. And after that, just let him play and run around with all the other dogs at the clinic. It was just simple, common sense. And you know what? The result was like magic. Tricky went from being that lazy, bloated sausage to a lithe, hard-muscled animal. Lithe means he became flexible and fast. He was running, jumping, playing. He was finally being a real dog, not just a toy. Okay, now we come to a very funny part of the story. The title is A Triumph of Surgery, nah? So yes, Tricky's recovery was a triumph. But it was also a triumph for Dr. Herriot and his friends in a very different, very happy way. Let's see what was happening. So Mrs. Pumphrey is at home, worrying. She thinks Tricky is recovering from some big surgery and needs energy. So what does she start sending? First, 24 fresh eggs every day. Then, to make his blood strong, she starts sending bottles of wine. And after that, even brandy, all for her little Tricky. So, do you think Tricky was getting any of this? The eggs, the wine, the brandy? No way. Mr. Herriot and his partners were having a party. They started the day with extra eggs for breakfast, had a glass of wine before and during lunch, and ended the day with brandy around the fire. Wah! They were having the best time. And this is the best line. So funny. The doctor says he was actually tempted. He wanted to keep Tricky as a permanent guest. Why? Simple, ma. Because as long as Tricky stayed at the hospital, these amazing, expensive gifts from Mrs. Pumphrey would keep on coming.
All right, bacho. Now full focus here, okay? This part is for your exam. We will look at the most important questions and how to write the perfect answer to get full marks. Ready? Let's do this.
Okay, first question. A very common one. In the beginning, why was Mrs. Pumphrey so worried about Tricky? What was wrong with him? The answer is simple. She was worried because he had become listless. That means he had no energy at all. He wasn't eating anything, not even his favorite foods. And, this is the most important point to write, she wrongly thought he was suffering from malnutrition. Okay, next question. Very important. How did the doctor, the narrator, actually treat the dog? What was his method? You can write this answer in points. It's very easy to remember. 1. He cut down his food. 2. He gave him lots of water. 3. He gave him a lot of exercise by letting him play with other dogs. And 4, the most important point, he gave him no medicine. It was a natural recovery. And now, the final and biggest question, the title of the chapter itself. Why did Mrs. Pumphrey call Tricky's recovery a triumph of surgery? The answer is this. For her, the change was like a miracle. Her dog was so sick, almost dying, and in just 2 weeks he was healthy, strong, and full of energy. She had no idea about the simple diet and exercise. She thought the doctor must have performed some magical, difficult surgery to make this happen. That is why she calls it a triumph of surgery. So that's the whole chapter. Simple, right? But before we go, just one last thought for you. We laugh at Mrs. Pumphrey for spoiling her dog so much. But think about it. Do you see parents like this in real life? Parents who, out of so much love, give their children everything they ask for, even when it's not good for them? It's something to think about now. All right, that's all for today. Study hard and all the very best for your exams. You will do great.